sum up 2022, this speaks for all of us, was learning. We learned a lot in 2022.
So the plan for 2023 would be first quarter, Eli dropping his body.
Eli. Main focus right now is just to get it jumping.
Most likely be the talk of the town.
So that nigga, when I get lit, bro, I'm taking it with me, bro. I swear to God, bro.
I'm here at the Aqua Lounge. We about to talk about my new album, Scorpio.
You kill me? Why is that even on your brain? Why is that on your cranium? I personally think the nicest nigga to never get a ring is AI.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Aqua Lounge. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We got a special guest in the house tonight, a very special guest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say, you know, an upcoming rock star, honestly, to be honest. He's pushing the envelope on all kind of different sounds and elements of music and whatnot. So, MX Strong.
Hell yeah.
Welcome.
Yo, what up?
How you doing, man?
Bro, it's nice to be here.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Also, I want to just tell the people, too, when we first opened up, MX Strong was probably one of the first people we met.
Yeah.
When we had that.
Oh, word? Yeah, it was me and Big Soup.
Yeah, Big Soup. Hell yeah.
Shout out Soup, man.
So that's super dope. But yeah, thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Man.
Thank you guys for having me. This place is nice as fuck.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So we'll get right into it. So you're from Long Island, right?
Yes. Born and raised.
We were talking a little bit. You're kind of close to the studio, which is
Mad close.
Yeah. So what was it like growing up for you?
Don't remember most of it.
Okay, all right, so we're gonna get right into it.
Yeah, no, honestly,
Yeah.
it's mad weird. So I was put on in 5th grade. They started me on medications for like all different stuff, which ended up not even being what I originally had. So they put me on medications for stuff that I didn't have, and it ended up causing massive memory loss. So like probably between it's a little meshy, but like between second year of middle school, I think that's when it starts to fade out completely, and then I return in like 2018, 2019, and then my childhood is a lot of like if you took a TV and just kept turning it on and off.
Holy shit. I don't even know what to say about that.
So that's my upbringing, bro.
Because that time, like middle school and then 2018, that's like a big chunk of like you're growing up.
Dude, I grew up mad fast as soon as I hit 2018. So 2018, let's get dark mad fast and let's get out of the hole. So in 2018, 2019, I show up. I start remembering in the middle of probably the craziest breakup of my life. My dad has cancer and both my dogs died.
Oh, man.
So like I grow, it's not even like that. It's like, so like I'm off to the races to like figure out, oh shit, now I'm 18 years old, 19 years old. Everybody remembers school. Everybody's had life. Everybody's kind of figured out their stuff. And I got to figure out how to navigate this minefield while also figuring out who the hell I am. So it was like, I remember probably 2019, I pretty much had a full year where I didn't see anyone, and I just sat in my room for like a year and just had to figure out what the hell was going on. Like, I didn't really talk to people or see people, but that's probably also where a lot of, like, my music from that period and this, where I've ended up being with music was coming from, was, like, learning all that and taking that time. Okay. So I'm a big person on spending a lot of time by yourself all the time. Batman shit.
That's, I would say, I mean, especially, like, nowadays with all these serotonin boosters, that phone, the reels,
100%.
You need to take time to yourself, like, and know yourself. And like you said, like, it can get dark.
It gets dark really fast, but ultimately at the end of the day, you're the only thing that can be your light. So it's mad important to spend that time. People have to disconnect in order to connect properly.
Right.
And it's a lot of that. But I mean, thankfully, as soon as that period ends, Duke ended up like becoming big brother and being like, so it's not like as soon as I hopped out of that period of not remembering crap, it's not like I didn't have people. It's not like I was like, but I definitely had a push from Duke Washington from Rhode Island. He's my cousin. He's my family. Jim Alexander hopped in. You know Jim. Jim was at the event the other night.
Yeah.
and it was a lot of like putting a lot of pieces together. But I think it's mad important for people to take time away from everything.
Yeah.
Ultimately, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
if you don't know yourself, like, dude, there's this comedian that said this one time, and I thought this was one of the dopest things ever. Is like we're such a culture that's infatuated with the idea of love to the point where it's cancerous. We don't really know what love is anymore, and I think that's like a really interesting take. And he said, I think it was Daniel Sloss. I want to make sure, like, I'm, I want to make sure everyone's getting their credit. But he said, if you love yourself less than 50%, how can you love another person? Because there's a chance that they only love you 50%, therefore they don't love you 100%, but you think that's a lot because you only know to love yourself 40%.
Yeah.
That's deep.
That's a really, really interesting.
And I was like,
Wise.
damn, bro.
Very
I was
wise.
like, so you have to learn how to love yourself 100% before you can love another person. And that, again, is spending time by yourself and figuring all this shit out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very true.
So one question I just wanted to I wanted to ask you was like, so back to like you forgot a lot of shit, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were the people around you like, did they like almost see like a different you once you started remembering? Like, did you kind of change in a way? Like,
I was a completely different person.
completely different person.
People telling you like how you were.
100%. It's the weirdest fucking thing. I see myself in pictures and I do not recognize myself. I was 250 pounds in high school.
Holy shit.
So it's legitimately like I've lived two completely different lives. Don't remember
Holy
nothing.
Shit.
Yeah, that is insane.
That's like one of the most interesting stories I've ever heard in my entire life. Like that's cool. Like, wow.
Your brain learns to function differently.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. Like talking to people that have been to school, like I missed the whole thing where you identify what cliques are. You know, in high school, how people became like very clique mentality based. Completely missed that.
Yeah.
Don't understand cliques at all. Like a lot of things that people learn through traditions are stuff that I'm like, that's kind of dumb. Don't understand it. Birthdays, don't understand. Holidays, don't understand.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Reformatted world.
Yeah. Let's go back like a little bit further. So I know you started doing music at like 8 years old, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what
So dope.
yeah,
Early start,
that's
baby.
very early. So what kind of music did you start on?
The first that's a really weird thing because like the first song I loved, I was Nirvana, Kurt Cobain. So like I started writing lyrics when I heard about Kurt Cobain, right?
Okay.
And I was reading his stuff and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? And then I realized he didn't even know. He says that in interviews all the time. So I was like, damn, is this what lyricism is? So I went from there. And then I got really into Hollywood Undead. Like it went from Kurt Cobain to Hollywood Undead. And I would love to say like, for how I act and stuff, I would love to be like, yo, like Eminem, that's the reason I do this. It was actually Johnny Three Tears from Hollywood Undead. Johnny Three Tears from Hollywood Undead. I loved his flow. I loved his cadence. I love how his vocals of like screaming fit in over these rock instrumentals. And I started writing pretty much, I'd imagine a week or two after I listened to Swan songs for the first time. I was like, all right, there's something here. There's something I need to dig into here.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started writing. I didn't
Okay.
find Eminem till I was in late elementary school, early middle school. I mean, obviously one of the GOATs.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you can't lyrically compete with that. But it's funny because like my music, it sounds like it's definitely stemmed from there, but I didn't find him until way later.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Swans, Kurt Cobain and Hollywood Undead. So that's probably where I started, and then
Okay.
I was just writing like rap music over rock shit.
Yeah.
See, no. So but what made you do that? What made you write bars over it? Like, why didn't you want to just do like hooks and like rock hooks? Like, what made you want to rap?
Because it got boring.
Yeah.
Like I would start there, but like I don't know, like my heroes, all my big heroes didn't just do rap. Like one of the people that I look up to that's like the greatest of all time for me is Childish Gambino, and I remember him going in interviews and being like, no rapper just wants to rap.
It's true.
No rapper
Yeah.
just wants to spit bars all the time. So I was like, all right, like I'll do rap, but I also want to sing, and I also want to produce, and I also want to do guitar, and I'm also going to start acting, and eventually I want to do stand-up, and I'm writing scripts and movies at my house at the same time.
Dude, let's
so
go.
It's just
Yeah,
like,
you're on one. Yeah.
it's like I just don't ever want to be bored. If I'm doing what I love, then I should do everything I love. Like,
Yeah.
why am I putting myself on boundaries, you know?
Right.
Like, so I guess that's kind of back to your question,
yeah.
like, why I started rapping on rock beats is kind of just like, I was like, it sounded good.
Yeah.
Like, it just
Sometimes
sounded
that's the
dope.
most important thing.
Yeah.
You hear that, and that starts the spark.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And then it's also like, no one's doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
that's
people are doing it. I don't want to say that because like Zillikami is
Right.
fantastic. You know, like I don't want to shit on the people that have already done it and the legends that have already been created. But like I know full well that no one is doing it in the way or the style that I'm doing
I
it.
was gonna say because it
Yeah.
does sound different.
It sounds
you
different
know?
than City Morgue.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does.
City
City Morgue's fire.
City Morgue is fire. City Morgue is a vibe
Yeah.
where like I'll listen to City Morgue and I don't have to know what they're saying to feel what they're saying.
Yeah.
Where it's like when it comes to I think my stuff, like I want you to know the things that I'm
What
saying.
you're saying.
Because part of like I kind of get off a little bit to like saying a terrible thing and then just watching like people like vibe to it and then have to take like a 2 second and be like, what the fuck did this kid just say? Like I love that shit, man. Like on Unthinkable, I said laying on fresh skin of a innocent newborn baby, and I watched an entire crowd go like,
Their eyes widened.
because they were vibing with it, and then they realized like, what the hell did this kid just say? And it's just like I love that.
Yeah.
Like
music is expression, bro.
yeah.
Like, and how they want to take it is how they want to take it.
Yeah, bro, and I love poking the bear. I love poking the bear. The bear is too fun to poke to not poke it, bro. Like, and
So-
especially in this right now, this age right now. Like,
So now how about when did you start picking up like instruments and doing producing and stuff like that? 'Cause
almost immediately.
almost
It-
immediately
it-
right
it-
after you started like singing. Like 8
Same
years old?
time.
Yeah.
I
okay.
actually started with rap. I didn't even start with singing.
Right.
Like singing for me was at the time, it was like my voice wasn't there. Like I didn't have confidence in my voice. So I got really confident in everything else. So I was producing my stuff when I was a kid. I was doing the beat patterns. I remember, dude, there's probably, you can find them somewhere. I have no idea what to look up. But if people want to dig out there, I probably have like 2 or 3 mixtapes on SoundCloud right now of just all my old production and like all my old shit. Yeah.
Damn.
So I started immediately producing because I also realized at the same time I was like, I don't want to pay people $600 for an exclusive beat where I can figure out how to do this on my own and make my own style that works uniquely with the style of music that I'm like, or the what I'm writing essentially, and I'll save money on the back end and create a stronger picture.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
You're a
yeah.
one-man show. I mean, you could do it all. So what do you produce on? Like what software?
Logic.
Logic.
I started with GarageBand and Logic was the next easy step.
Right
Yeah.
there.
100%.
And you
started
record
on
yourself
Logic, too.
into Logic?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I do the whole kit and caboodle, as
Yeah.
they say. Yeah.
That's what's up. All right. So where does the name MX Strong come from?
It was mad funny. I had like 3 or 4 different rap names prior. And then I was in Rhode Island, and me and Duke actually were sitting on his front steps, and we were smoking heavy. And I remember just sitting in the chair, and he looks at me and goes, yo, bro, why the fuck you name that shit? I was like, what do you mean? I think at the time it was like Clords or Prophecy or some shit like that. It was like some dumb shit, you know? He's like, bro, your name is fine. I was like, all right. So, like, maybe he's right. Because, like, the shit that my name was, like, no one's going to remember that shit. And he was like, I was like, okay, so how about we play it like this? In a very high train of thought. I go, so what if I have a superhero name, but I act like a villain? So Max Strong very much sounds like Clark Kent. Like, it's a very, like, superhero-esque name.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to, it's kind of a metaphor in itself for a lot of the times that the people we consider heroes are actually the biggest villains. It's the show The Boys, like all of that stuff. Like a lot of the people that like stand tall and be like, have these like really great names that sell, that promote all their greatest qualities are actually terrible people.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how Max Strong came along, was like a high thought where it was the middle of like, me not really liking my name and my cousin convincing me that maybe like just use your own name and me starting my villain rampage, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Dude, that's awesome. So you mentioned like, you know, some of your early inspirations with music.
Mm-hmm.
Like so you obviously you soaked up the message that they were sending.
100%.
What kind of message do you send in your music? Would you say?
That's tough. It really depends on the song. I think
That's good though. Yeah, it depends on the song, I would guess. Yeah.
but ultimately it's like I feel like music as a whole has kind of lost its cause. Like in terms of like what major labels and things are producing. You know, like in terms of like we've gotten the same song from 20 different artists 40 times and we're still buying it. Like there's no real, and I think there's a certain amount of really smart playing by these labels and like industry people where they're kind of being like, okay, so if we sell them this sound, right, and it's cheap to make, we don't really make them think a lot, and we kind of just feed them this consistently, maybe they'll be dumb and just keep buying it and they won't learn or think outside of the box. And I think that that's been a consistent thing with these artists. So I guess my message is kind of like to make aware that this is what's happening. Like there's a lot of really sketchy shit happening and a lot of people are not talking authentically. Like how many times you go on TikTok in this past 4 months and after MGK blows up with this poser pop punk bullshit, do you see these other people that look like him, act like him, talk like him, making pretty much the same song like him with the same message like him for months?
Yeah.
And it sells.
Yeah.
And it sells and it's easy and it's money. And the labels know that if they keep like these unauthentic artists down, these real ones that can make a problem can't come up. So I guess that's really a lot of the message is kind of just like, fuck this shit. Like ultimately I say what I want to say.
Like that's, yeah, like I feel like you, yeah, I mean that's a, yeah.
It kind of goes deeper. I guess the point of what I'm doing is not in the music itself, but almost the character I am. Like this is a GTA character I've created.
Yeah.
Like this isn't the actual person. If you meet me in the street, I'm not gonna look like this. I'm not gonna talk like this. But this character is kind of like almost like a, hey guys, like really think about what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember. It's one of my songs. I get like you guys the end. That song was legitimately about like the end of the world. Like legitimately, like by factual in the song, you can run down that song and look at all the things that have happened in the past year that we just glided by. Like between, you know, like pretty much all of us being just collateral damage to this place that doesn't really give a shit, but we still champion around like everyone gives a shit. And everybody cares about each other and like all this stuff. And it's like, you guys are all just acting like it's okay when it's definitely not. And I want to make music where like when people are in the crowd, they can vibe to it, but internally they're going like, there's something wrong.
Right. Like the message is being sent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fuck with that.
It's a tough thing to like, I guess, explain.
Was,
like, it's not really an answer.
That was a great
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
That's pretty clear.
Because also when it's like when you listen to the music though, it's like you, like I don't know, you can kind of like just like almost see or hear the vibe that like you're really trying to go for.
Yeah,
you know,
painting
it's
a
like
picture.
like and because you have so much different stuff, it's almost like you're just showing like whatever I'm feeling right now is what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna say and how I'm gonna do it.
100%.
Yeah. So and I think that's super different.
That's mad different.
I would hope that other artists, dude, I don't even care if other artists don't like me or shit, because like other artists are not gonna like, no one's always gonna like you.
Of course.
But I hope if they can take one thing away from it, it's stop doing the regular shit that everyone's doing. Talk crazy. Talk as crazy as you want. I promise you, your life is not gonna be in shambles. I even promise you, if you start being you and saying all the stuff that you want to say in your records and stop giving a fuck about what everybody else is thinking, you will do better. Your career will do much better. Stop applying this cookie cutter copy and paste method that you think is gonna help you. It's not. Talk real. Talk about terrible things. Talk about taboo. Talk about things that you should not be talking about, but you have an opinion on. It will do you better. Okay. Be authentic. Don't be
yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody is
it's like law, like the law kind of thing. It's like a law to it. Like you kind of like you'll do better if you're yourself. Like if you just express yourself as you and not like you said the cookie cutter BS. Like,
100%.
It just seems like almost like it just works out
better always
One
that way.
one thing I want to just say quickly too, because like I think sometimes it's almost like a loophole in a way. Well, not a loophole, it's a loop. Like with these, because what happens is, you know, with these producers and these artists, right? It's very hard to make like a living just being an artist, right? So I think sometimes artists see like, wow, the music that I'm making, people aren't picking up on maybe. So they look at what is hitting and they're like, all right, well, maybe I got to do that, you know, and maybe I'll do this. So maybe that's why some of it.
Oh, I
could be,
100%
you know?
agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a really, but I think they don't realize that they're shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, like, you're making this authentic music to you, and then you have that one hit that picks off because you did the cookie cutter method. And then what happens, you think, when someone offers you a deal? What do you think that they're going to ask for from you? What type of music?
What you popped off on.
What you popped off
Yeah.
on, which isn't you.
Yeah.
And then you see a lot of these one-hit wonders happening. This art, like, it's not the exact same thing, but this happened with disco, bro. Like, this was exactly the same thing that historically happened with disco, where everybody was getting a one-hit wonder, and it fucking ruined the record label industry for a little minute. And now we're seeing that happen with hip-hop to a certain degree, but I think that they figured it out in a way where it's not going to fuck up the labels as much, because they already ran through this thing before. But nonetheless, it's killing art. Yeah. It's, like, killing the realness of art. Like,
That's for sure.
it's scary because, like, the truth is, like, I don't know, like, it's bittersweet because I feel like it's great that I'm able to be authentic and that people follow me to be authentic and they like my music, again, because it's talking about stuff, but I also feel like it's a sadness that I might be one of the only people that is doing that, because that's art. Like,
Yeah.
it's bittersweet. Like, I like how,
is, bro.
yeah, so I don't know. It's pretty fucking stupid, but
So now, like, as you know, now that this is something that you're doing, right? You know, you're doing music. Do you ever get, like, because you do seem very confident in your craft too,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You know, so do you get doubts about, like, your music at all? Like, whether it be, should I be doing this, or like, I don't like this song, or even like,
you want me to be honest with both of you?
Yeah.
I hate all of it. I
Okay.
hate all of my music. I don't think any of it is good. I go by the numbers. I know the numbers and the stats are good. I hate every single song. Dude, it's so hard for me to memorize. I memorize lyrics for these shows, but I hate memorizing lyrics because that means for 2 months prior, I'm going to have to listen to the same a bunch of songs and memorize these lyrics. I hate all my old music because it's like getting rid of demons. It's like getting rid of these prior demons. Like, I don't want to go back to these. Dude, I don't remember most of my life. I'm not trying to go back and remember shit that got me to feel these certain ways. So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear as day. Like,
Like,
that is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm confident with my music, but that's because I know that the numbers do well.
Yeah.
I just go off the stats.
Okay. Were you a fan of XXX?
100%.
Yeah.
I think that his death was a massive hit to what, I don't even want to say, like, the industry, because I feel like the industry is like a word is like tainted. But as for music culture, I think for 17 to 18 years old, him and Pete could have really pushed something that was so interesting, but they didn't have the chance. And I think that will always be like a cultural regret of the industry. I think that there's a lot of shady shit that happens with these deals too, and I don't want to assume that anything happened to, like, because obviously, like, this is all hearsay, but at the same time, I know that a lot of these labels come out with these deals where they'll take out a life insurance policy because they know you'll make more money to them when you're dead. And I think, sadly, like, I don't know if you've seen it, but Lil Peep's mom is suing the label.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, because of stuff like this. Like, tell me why Lil Xan, I don't like him. I mean, I don't like his music. I don't know him as a person, so, like, that's fine. But his manager just kept feeding him pills.
Yeah.
So it's like we're dealing with an industry like that, and I think that the fact that they killed off two of the people that really could have changed a lot of what we sonically hear is one of the biggest L's in the past decade, 2 decades. Like, X was brilliant, dude. At 17 years old, he was saying some of the smartest shit I've ever heard, bro. He was saying shit that staggered me. I'm 24, bro. Like, this kid to promote Look at Me was beating the crap out of people on video and then using those videos to promote Look at Me. That, dude, as someone that's like super fascinated by how like promotion works and how like the culture takes in certain substances, to promote a video like Look at Me with violence, the music video is the fight and the cover is him holding the kid in the headlock from the music video. Who the hell else would do that? No. I had to say it, not like violence is tough, not a great thing. I get it. Whatever. Marketing, brilliant. There's not another person that will ever make marketing like that ever again. And this kid in jail after that whole thing went down, right? He's in jail. And this guy I was watching that documentary, and this guy that's like doing his manager that like, or doing somewhat of his managing while he's in, like helps him out, right? Calls him in jail, and he's giving him all these deals from all other people outside of the jail. And obviously these labels are going crazy, right? Multi-million-dollar album deals, or being thrown at him, right? And he gets this one deal from not a smaller label, but it's a smaller deal, right? It's two tracks. I think it was a music video. It was like $100,000 or something like that. Like, it wasn't as good as these other deals. And he takes that one out of all the other ones. Out of all the multi-million-dollar contracts, he takes the smaller one. And the label ends up calling him up and going like, hey, man, like, thank you for taking the deal, but I just want to ask why. And X goes, I want to be your partner, not your slave. At 17 years old from a jail cell. I'm like, fuck, man. That's deep.
Understands what's going on.
He didn't want to be hooked into a deal. He knew that was going to be the thing. That was how smart at 17 he was. Imagine, give him 5 years on that mental.
That's crazy.
Dude, I lived in Florida for a little bit. And when that whole shit went down, like that, I was there, and like to see that this entire state was hurt. Like not the entire state, but like the entire state, like the music culture, they were like, it wasn't just like someone famous died. Like it was like a god passed and fell, like because he had the influence on like just the local artists. Even where I was on the West Coast. There was so many people trying to be like X. Every showcase that I would go, it'd be people like that. But it was cool because, like you said, no one was doing that. So it became kind of this thing. But I feel like when he passed, people stopped. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, I sadly think that's somewhat on purpose by like the heads of like, not like. People higher up in the industry, I think, were kind of worried by how he was swaying things because he had a lot of power. He had a lot of power, and he was genuine, and that scares the fuck out of phony baloney businessmen. I'll be honest with you, because like he was DMing everybody that was having a problem, anybody that was sad in their life, any kid that was struggling, he was DMing because he felt that because he's been through that. He was authentic to his people. He loved his people. And I think that, again, that's why it wasn't just his music, it was who he was. And I think that that's what tore apart. And I also think, like, to a certain degree, no one wanted to – people stopped doing the X thing almost out of, like, a sadness, too. I think it was almost like a –
that's what it seems like. It seems like it's like a mourning, like it's kind of like we don't even want to go back to that just because it's just, like, sad.
It is.
Because it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it is not. It's definitely not, like,
Yeah, I mean – it's such a tough situation, and I mean it's the same thing with Lil Peep.
Yeah,
like Lil Peep was so fucking smart. He knew music so sonically well. His influences for doing trap metal were Kurt Cobain, Crystal Castles. He was listening to David Grohl and hip hop and Eminem at the same time that he was listening to like EDM and country. Like he sonically knew this shit, right? And he knew. But he had the wrong people around him. Yeah. And if you notice, when he was around with Goth Clique, right, a lot of people were doing that style of music. And then he, sadly, R.I.P., passes away. And that kind of settles. That kind of goes out. It's kind of like a sadness of, like, by making that music thing, we have to remember what happened.
Yeah.
Did you know Peep at all?
Personally, no.
No, okay.
No. I wish I did. I wish I got to know him.
He was from the island, right?
Long Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard it was like Ronkonkoma or something, but I guess that's false.
I think he might have spent a lot of time in Ron
and then we
Conquemont.
moved out.
Yeah. But again, it was another kid that was doing some really different shit, and it's just sad. Like I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it, but like King Von, we don't have to praise, like what he was talking about, but I can tell you for sure when he was around, how many artists you hear sounded like King Von, and then he passes away, and what happens? I haven't heard that. Same thing with Pop Smoke, bro. Like when these artists pass away, instead of these artists that are following him it's sad because it's almost like a throwing in the towel. Yeah. Like it's like
that was the max it could go.
That was the max it could go, and instead of people going like, all right, like I heard that style, let me build out on that. Let me make a legacy for this artist. They're kind of like, fuck, man, it's gone. It's gone.
Because the drill shit, like the Pop Smoke
so
shit, kind of
crazy.
just took a different turn. Like it turned into more like the Bronx drill, right?
Yeah,
like there wasn't like it's very like it got a lot faster. They were speaking on a lot of darker stuff, So yeah, it's kind of interesting how because even like Fabio Foreign, like he's still doing drill, but he's turning into more of like the mainstream type stuff,
Yeah.
So that's interesting that you bring that
I'm interested to see how because I'm really interested to see how the labels go forward with like drill music because they tried to really knock that shit off, but
They won't.
They
I
won't.
promise you they won't.
I don't think they should.
Too much money.
Yeah,
dude, you're
But I
telling
think
me
it
every
could be
producer
right. Like they could be. It kind of could be like a little play, like because it's like it's promoting.
It's
what
a
they want.
beautiful play, dude. It's the don't touch the red button strategy. It's the I want to listen to the things that they don't want me to listen to.
Yeah.
And how easy is it to make a drill beat?
Very easy.
Boom.
Yeah.
Put some fucking other shit in the back, and then you have a drill beat. That's
Find a
a
dope
Pop Smoke
sample.
drill beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Have some like, and it's so easy to do that by doing exactly what you said. They do the don't touch the red button. Everybody makes drill. Do you realize how much money they would make off of that? Do you realize how easy it is to produce this shit, bro? Money based on absolutely nothing. Because what are they talking about in drill?
Boom, 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 boom.
Like that, like dude, what is there? Like what is that?
Yeah. I find I like when you because like we're producers too, so we do like some drill beats and we try and incorporate like different we try and incorporate like different like maybe not as dark, sometimes we bring in like happier samples and stuff like that, but I think it's cool when an artist is on a drill beat but like singing about different stuff, not like the drill.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's like they're harmonizing on the melodies with the 808s that are going, crazy.
It's so dope.
Yeah, I think that's super dope. And we have a couple tracks like that,
Yeah,
right?
we do.
Yeah. What you feel like you want to say something?
No, I'm just thinking about the tracks because I'm thinking about Seeing a Body, but then I think about the title.
I know. But like effects,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what I was thinking of like a week ago, and this is my cracked out brain thinking is like, what if you had like, and you guys don't take my fucking idea. What if you had a drill beat, right? And you had the hi-hat pattern, but you had Timbaland drums. You guys can take that. You guys can do something with that. I'll probably, but like imagine some heartbeat 808 style kick and snare patterns on that shit. I mean, keep your hi-hats, I guess, how you want them, but you can make
That could be fucking crazy.
yeah, dude.
Yeah. Shout out
I also think metal
Timbaland too.
drill.
Metal drill. Well,
Metal
that's trap
drill.
metal, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Facts.
Trap metal. But I would like to see trap metal a little more metal than trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've kind of done the whole like distorted pattern. You know what's so interesting about trap metal is legitimately just distorted trap beats. Like they don't have much metal to it. Like it's just loud as fuck, bro.
Isn't it? See, when I think of it, I think of mostly like a lot of like electric guitars and stuff like that. Is that not really?
Dude, you
There's
can tune a synth to sound like an electric guitar.
Yeah, true.
I don't know how many of them are really. I mean, dude, I still love it nonetheless. Like while I'm at the gym, bro, I'll be ripping weights to some trap metal. Nonetheless, I don't care how you make it, but like, nonetheless, like I think there needs to be more experimentation within like what's being done. I think that we should stop striving to make what the last person made, but what better, but instead look at what the last person found and try to make it different.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, when was the last time you heard some like Justin Timberlake? Like when was the last time you heard somebody beatboxing on a beat?
Right.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Dude, you remember what was that? What was that Justin Timberlake song that everybody was popping off with?
There was a couple too. There was another.
You know what
A
I'm
lot
talking?
of hits. Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
Was
Imagine
it
what
Timbaland
was
that
that?
produced it?
100%, bro.
Shout out Timbaland too, because we just got
He's got his kit.
a dope drum.
Oh,
kit from him.
word?
Yeah, and
Yo, I'm
and
happy
We got
I
a
like-
dope plug-in. Yeah.
Dude, go on some Timbaland shit. I swear, if you bring Timbaland back, I'll put money. I'll put $100 on this right now. If you start making Timbaland style beats and you start putting them out, bro, people will buy that shit immediately. It's different. No, dude, when was the last time you heard a bop like Stronger by Kanye West? Timbaland made those drums.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
You did. And Timberland, and
Did.
funny story too,
Did
Kanye
that.
was saying on that song specifically was that when he made that beat, he would bring
need
it
the
into the
drums to
club.
hit.
Yeah, he would bring it to the club, and he's like, it's not hitting right. He's like, I need that Timberland bounce, and like he was bringing it to all these producers. They're making the drums, and he's just like, it's not right. He brings it to Timberland, first try, done, fixed it, everything's lit. So it's like Timberland's got
Crazy.
that shit. Yeah.
Lock.
You want to know who's also slept on as a producer
Who?
that I would tell every producer out there to take notes on right now due to him blowing up? Look at Skrillex's new music.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, I was literally just
New
listening.
music?
Yeah, dude.
New stuff.
Dude, he
Is
dude.
it- what is
yeah.
he doing? Is he
it's
doing
just
like
it's
trap
just
kinda shit?
it's like trap
He's a-
shit, but
he's
it's
a-
like
yo,
his style.
He's on a different level. Talk
He's
about
crazy.
someone who's been around.
People sleep on
Yeah,
that guy for
yeah.
rap production, bro. He made the I love the game. He made the game like his dopest, personally, like personal dopest hit.
Yeah.
Like that. What he did? I am the god, El
Yeah,
Chapo,
yeah.
bro. That
El
shit.
Chapo,
That
he
beat
did
was
that?
ridiculous.
He did that?
Skrillex. That was Skrillex.
Dude, yeah,
Skrillex
he's
did El
fucking
Chapo?
dude, he's crazy, bro.
Like,
Wow
I am
for the
the
night,
god.
fuck being to like he did that.
Oh yeah.
and
Wild
and
for-
and obviously this
oh,
one is
well,
the
Wild
ASAP
for the
Rocky
Night,
one.
I know that one.
Yeah, that one. That
no,
one.
but
that one's
I
dope.
didn't know El Chapo.
Yeah.
That was Skrillex, bro.
Yeah.
But
He's-
that's not even. That's
he did that
crazy.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
trying to remember the
Yeah.
name. Yeah,
Purple Lamborghini.
dude.
His production is crazy also because it's like
Smoke-
the sounds he uses
He's a
are
funny
very
dude,
like
too.
thin and shit.
You
but
want to know
they
why?
hit.
What do you think he started in?
He started Logic?
He was in rock bands. He was
Oh,
the
oh,
lead
oh, I
singer
thought he- I
of
thought
a
you meant,
rock
like, when he
band.
started.
Yeah, my bad.
No,
I didn't lead that properly, but like,
No,
yeah, he was the
it's
lead
just-
singer.
it's just our
Okay.
brains.
Started as a guitarist
Yeah.
in a rock band, and that's where he started. That's where he got his go from.
Dude, he's crazy,
He's
bro.
insane with it, dude.
Fucking insane.
So yeah, take some tips from Skrillex's. Go watch that basement session. Listen to how those synths purr like hi hats, and then get back to me.
Yeah. We'll combine
Ridiculous.
some Timbaland and Skrillex together.
Want to break the world real quick, dude? That'd be insane. Oh,
So, just like in your process, like musically, what are some like things that you find easy about it, and then what are some challenges like for in your like history of it, like
and like the actual, like the entire, or just the scope of making it.
entire?
Yeah.
Social, horrible at it. I'm horrible at being social, bro. Like going out to events. That's why I usually bring people to events with me. Is because I bring people around me. If you can't do something, make sure you have someone around you that can. I bring people to these events to help be social. Because, dude, I'm high functioning autism. Like I have Asperger's. Like I'm high functioning Asperger's. So I have problems with communication at times, and my sentences and structure don't always fucking make sense. I'm well aware of it, and like I think due to that, the social aspect of like going out to these events is hard. It's meeting new people is so, I have so much anxiety around it, bro. I'm like mad weird about meeting new people and going to new places, bro. But like that's why I bring people. But at the same token, the easiest part of my career is going on stage and ripping mics. That's the easiest part of it. So it's really weird.
That is that's
Yeah.
a weird one.
And I want to just say though,
that
like,
means you're passionate though,
like-
bro. Like that's passion.
yeah, when we, like, you don't seem on social, like the events that we've seen you at and stuff like that. Like, I don't
I don't
doesn't
get that
seem
vibe.
that at all.
My brain is running in circles and my
Yeah.
social battery is depleting at a rate that is insane. That's why, dude, that's why you always see me when I'm at social gatherings. I'm not taking massive amounts of drugs. It's not like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But like I am smoking and drinking.
Yeah.
And that is to make sure that I can hold a conversation without losing my shit. Like it is hard. And also it's a problem that I have where like I'll be talking and I'll talk myself out of something that I know what I'm talking about. Like I don't know if you guys have that shit where I'll be having like a thought and then I'll completely forget what the thought is and continue having the conversation. And
I can relate to that a little bit.
I do that shit all the time.
And dude, I'll just be sitting there like, oh fuck, what was the question?
Yeah, what
Where
was-
did I start
yeah,
from?
yeah.
Where is this? And then, excuse me.
Especially
It
if you're
happens-
with a girl.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
They're looking at you like, are you retired? Can you say that?
Yeah, you can, bro. I'll take the rep for that. You can say whatever the hell you want. Just pin it on me, bro. It's not the worst thing I've said. Oh, dude, fuck cancel culture. Shit's stupid. Shit is stupid. Shit is like, I can't stand it, bro. Want to see me get in a heated conversation for 30 minutes with myself? Talk about cancel culture. Oh my god, can't stand that shit. It is the killing of art. It is a massacre because a bunch of dumbasses feel uncomfortable. And guess what art is? Art is the comfort of the disturbed and to disturb the comfortable. So when you take out the uncomfortable, where's the fucking art? That's what I gotta say.
I feel like sometimes I disagree with like when people go back like 20 years to look at what someone said,
Dumb.
and then they bring it up now. You know what I mean? And like something like that. I
Especially like it's just you're talking about too like it's a totally different time. Like it's just not like you can't like pin.
yeah, I think it's a weird
It's a
thing.
little weird to me,
I don't agree with any of it. I think people should grow the fuck up.
especially with like comedians. That's the one thing I see where it's like, like
You want to see?
there's only a certain few like that can like they don't give a fuck, and like I love it. But it's like you see these motherfuckers like they getting backlash, but they just like the ones that really power through that. Like I love it.
I don't know. Like I'm huge into stand-up comedy.
Well,
I
you
don't.
are,
Do you
yeah.
guys like stand-up? Are you big into
I
stand-up?
like
at all?
stand up a lot.
You know Big J?
No, I don't.
I'll give you guys.
Chris, you know
know Big J?
No.
I'll give you guys a list of really fucked up comedians.
My cousin's a comedian, so I
really?
fucked up one too.
Ooh, wait, like known or not known?
Not really.
Shout him out. Shout him out. Love it. Give
George
'em.
Bruderman.
Damn
Hey.
right, bro.
My guy.
Give stand up. Let these stand up comedians run their shit. They're the only dude. They are at the forefront of stopping cancel culture. Dude, most comedians I know are bigger rock stars and bigger punks and like doper musicians than musicians themselves. Like, how are they talking about shit like that and making jokes about it and going out in front of a crowd and just dealing with the ramifications with no music? And you guys are scared to talk about shit in music. The hell are you guys talking about, bro?
It's crazy. Talk about the front line.
Dude, for real. I respect stand-up more than I respect most of these artists out here, without a doubt, dude. Stand-up comedy is hard. You have to go out in front of a crowd, say shit that you don't know if they're going to like, and make fun of yourself for an hour, and then get paid scant amounts of money while you're blowing up.
You said you wanted to do stand up though, right?
100%.
I feel like you'd be really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Got to get on an open mic
Get
or
on
something.
it, get on, and let us know when.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely
yeah.
will. I
Yeah.
want to take care of. I have order to this. I know exactly the order that I want to do this in. I want to do music, and then I want to do movies and acting at the same time, and then after that, in my like retirement age, once I have all the stories, that's when I want to do stand up. I want to have a catalog of crazy stories to back up. That way, my
Right.
stand up is like
Yeah, pure. Yeah.
Yeah.
purest
Yeah.
form of
Yeah.
chaotic.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be able to talk about stories from the music industry, the writing industry, the acting industry, and everything in the stand up. I will be the entertainment comedy guy.
So going back a little bit on the last question I had. So you were saying, you said something about you always bring people to your shows, right?
Yes.
So I want to talk about like your team. Like, do you have like, is that your team almost in a way? Like
100%.
the same people come.
100%.
Yeah. And also the last event that we were at, I didn't even realize, but you have an older brother
Yes.
and he does music too.
100%.
And that's super dope. I think that's
So
awesome.
it's really dope. Me and him have the same dad, but from two different families. So
Is that the dude that was there
Mhm.
with the rap? He was rapping too.
the boom bap guy.
He could rap.
yeah.
My brother's been
That's
doing
it.
this for a decade.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. He
know
is
that. I didn't know
nice.
that. Yeah.
Where do you think I got this MC shit from? But no, like, yeah, no, he's mad. He's mad nice. He's always been mad nice, and he's smart with the lyricism, and I like where his heart is. Like I can have a brother and not have them run with me. Like, I don't care. I choose the best of the best to have around me. I don't really care about your feelings. I'm not really concerned. Like, I need the greatest of the greatest around me because I need someone to push me. So I have Jem there as, like, lyricism. He pushes me with that, and I know he's going to be social, and I know that he knows how to connect. Big Soup, energy. As soon as you enter that room, the room is now a party, and he owns that party. Like, he was at the event.
Yeah.
He'll take the room. He'll
Yeah.
take the room. Doesn't matter where. That guy has one of the most interesting knacks for putting the entire room on his side. It is interesting.
I mean, he did it here.
Yeah, he did. He got right in the booth and started freestyling. The first
100%.
one, bro.
Did it here.
He did it, and also he was doing the freestyle.
Yeah,
runs
he
and
had
everything.
everyone going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the hell do you do that
He
that
did it.
confidently and have everybody?
Snap his finger. Yeah, literally.
So like that's
Something there like that. Like you
Dude.
saying. Like
I have money on the fact if when I did, you know, like the industry is hard, so like when he gets to where he needs to, he will fill the role of the 50 Cents in his own way, but the 50 Cents, the Pop Smokes, the Jadakisses, like he's got that energy. That's why I put, you know, I try to put so much effort into like pushing him and getting him to that next level, is because it's like, you know, there's a diamond there. You just got to get everything coordinated around it, and then it's going to light that joint the fuck up. Like, and then, enough about Big Soup. He hears this shit all the time. And then Tay, obviously, Tay is a talented artist. Talented as fuck, bro. As an artist, like, I'm talking painting and drawing and shit. Wow. In terms of fashion. Also, her organization of, like, how to run a schedule and how to put stuff together is bananas, dude. She just gets it. She knows.
He was the one that was at the show with you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, like her how to get all the all the shit together and make sure everything is running the right way within the crew. Like she's the root system that makes. She's amazing at that. She's also ridiculously smart, but in a way where it's like she doesn't really show it because she knows when to let that shit out. You know. Then I have Kotz. Kotz, I don't know if you've met him. You might have met him. He's at 152. You know what? Studio 152?
No.
So they're out in North.
Just make sure you.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Yo,
you're good.
152. My bad. Reshout the shout out. Kotz at 152 and Louis Lou at 152. Kotz has worked on every song with me. Probably since I've started like really releasing shit. Kotz is a mastermind. Kotz is a Dre, bro. He's the best of his best. He's produced through the boom bap era. He was splicing together beats like the old way with the analog gear.
Is he older than
He's
us?
like 30.
Yeah,
something.
okay.
And then yeah, I mean like the team has been like, or at least my team, the people I have around me are all in different lanes, and I try to keep it that way because I don't like people stepping on each other's toes, because that's usually why groups break up, is they have too many similar goals within the team. So if you kind of keep everybody in their own lane into doing what they do best, I mean, you blow up like what we're talking about right now. Like my guitarist, I have this guitarist, bro. He grew up on fucking Led Zeppelin and Metallica and like classic rock shit. Wow. So like when you see Uncle Pete show up on a song, those fucking wailing solos, he's 55 years old.
Holy shit.
That man shreds. He looks like he's 30.
Wow.
He parties, bro. And that's my guitarist.
that's fucking awesome.
So
like on your team, kind of like what are some challenges that you got, like that you guys face, and like, or challenges that you take on by yourself usually, or they take on by themselves? Like what roles do you guys play?
I mean, as long as we stay, like, it took a little bit to navigate who does what and where, you know, like, and it was a lot of navigation over who does what the best. Like, we kind of really focused on, instead of who's going to do what, is who does what the best, and then we kind of went from there.
Okay.
Sometimes we kind of, when avenues butt heads, we kind of butt heads, but even, like, butting heads is, like, not really a thing. We've kind of, like, really established a really smooth machine as of now, which is I guess the goal at the end of the day is we don't really argue. If anything, like Kotz will reach out to me in the morning and be like, yo, what's going on today? What do you have going on today? And then I'll be like, oh, let me hit Tay, and then Tay will organize the thing, and then she'll send it back to you. Also, by the way, do you have the stems for the song? Like, it's always moving. We have like 7 group chats too that are all different topics. So it's all about just figuring out. We don't really have problems, honestly. Like I would love to be like, yeah, like we argue every day, but like, no, we don't.
Not the facts,
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah. No, that's super
Synergy,
important.
That's good synergy, good chemistry. Like,
yeah,
I think that's one of the most important things in this music industry. Shit, you gotta have a team.
you have to.
You have to.
dude. These people that are like, I did it all on my own. No, the fuck you didn't,
No.
bro. Shut up.
Yeah.
There's no way.
If you made it to the Grammys, bro, you didn't do none of this shit on your own.
Yeah,
Stop with
no.
that shit, bro. God, shut up, bro. No, that was you and 7 other people, bro. Minimum.
Minimum. The whole like.
What about the people that helped fund your shit, bro? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking-
100%.
So, like, speaking a little bit more, like, with the process of music and your
Yeah.
process, like, when you, like, obviously you write music, but when you, like, get in front of a mic, are you always writing before a session? Do you write during a session? Do you freestyle? What's
So-
your process of that?
So most of my music, unless it's like a project where I'm collaborating, I'll actually write all of it at my house and record all of it at my house, and then I'll do a rough mix and kind of see. But I like other eyes on my music, so then I'll bring it over to the studio and I'll be like, hey, like, what do you think needs to be touched up? What am I not hearing? And then I'll have another person in the studio as the outside perspective. So I have me, I have another engineer, Kotz usually, and then I'll have a third person that really doesn't know much about the music, the technical side, to have a third ear, a listener's perspective. I always have the three.
Right.
Especially when I'm putting out like music all the time, I need to make sure those 3 steps are covered, or else, I don't know, the song just doesn't turn out the way I want it to.
And that's like every song.
Every single
Yeah,
song.
That's
Yeah.
dope that you have a process like that.
And dude, my writing process is fucking psychotic.
What do you mean?
Like when I'm writing a song, when I know I'm gonna write a song and I have it, I wake up in the morning, I'll have coffee, I'll drink caffeine all day, and I'll smoke all day. I won't eat, I won't drink, so I'll be dehydrated. I won't eat because I want to be hungry, literally hungry. I wait until like 6, 7 o'clock while doing this all day. I'll usually watch horror movies, worse stuff, other worse stuff all day and get myself in a mindset. And then at 6 or 7, I'll pick up a pen, write, and then I'll finish the song. And then the first meal of the day when I can chill and actually vibe is at like 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Wow. That's a process.
Well, it's because like I want, when I'm angry or when I'm edgy or I'm on the edge, like when I'm in that primal mode, I'm able to create the most authentic versions of what I'm saying. Like in the way that wouldn't sound like that if I wasn't in some form suffering. You know,
I mean, like, bro, like,
It's the truth coming out.
yeah.
Yeah.
and I can't do that if I'm just chill at a studio.
Yeah.
Like I can't
Yeah.
just chill and be like,
Yeah.
yo, let me go rap this verse about everything wrong. Like, like go eat some Wendy's after. Like, no,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
I need to feel what I'm saying when I'm saying
Yeah.
when I'm saying it. But
So if someone like say, like, do you feature on other people's music?
100%.
Yeah. So like when you feature, it's so that process is not like, oh, I'm going to studio, come down and let's do this.
No.
It's I'm sending you the stuff. You're
sending
getting in your zone. You're doing it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want me to like be at the studio when you're mixing it or whatever, 100%. You know, like if you want me to be there and make sure like everything is touched the right way, if you want me to add my elements in production, yes. That's not saying that I haven't recorded at a studio. Genuinely though, I would prefer to record at home, and if I'm like gonna record something at the studio, it's already been written with that process.
Right.
or maybe it's like fixing a couple ad libs or
100%.
background stuff like that. But the
100%.
core of it needs to be your process, the way you do it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. If you can get one feature for free on your next single, who would it be right now?
What's the genre of music?
Anything. Yeah, let's say
No, it's anything.
this is like strategic, like you're really trying to,
Your choice.
Yeah,
Is
your
it for
choice.
me or is it for views? That's the other part. Because
So-
that's also a really
yeah.
interesting question.
All right,
because
let's say one. So do two here. So do
That's good.
one of your personal, like, you don't care how the song does. Okay,
Mhm.
It's, you want, it's for you. And then the other one, say it's like, let's just say you're on a run and you need numbers and you're about to pop off or something like that, and you need a feature.
Andre 3000 is the one for me. That's my favorite rapper of all time, without a doubt. Andre Outkast is the greatest.
We were just playing some of that.
Andre, dude, I'm sorry. All of his verses, front to back, have been like, I'll look at that and I'll look at his rhyme schemes and I'll look at what he's talking about and be like, fuck, man, bro. Like, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah.
Dude, he's the greatest. He's so dope. And then he went to acting and he did Four Brothers and played Jimi Hendrix. Like, are you fucking serious? So yeah, I want Andre 3 Stacks. And if I'm gonna do a double feature on that, I think the dopest in between me and Andre would be if I had Gambino on there.
Okay.
During like camp Gambino
Right.
though. Like I want that like in between, because he's somewhat in between me and Andre. But if I was just gonna do one, it would be Andre. Now if I'm trying to bring in plays, the interesting play I love his music, I love his authenticity. and I would need someone of the newer school, I would have to go with Denzel Curry.
Oh, fire.
Because Denzel Curry understands the metal.
Bro.
Denzel Curry understands the lyricism, and he likes the funk shit, and I would love
bro.
to collaborate with him and make some crazy shit. And also, if we're talking about networking, that would mean that if I work with Denzel and Denzel thinks I'm up to snuff, right, that would mean that it has the plausibility of getting me in a room with people like Joey Badass and JID, which would mean I think those three guys of this generation are the head of the room. Without a doubt, lyrically and on a level of, like, art, I think that those three are, like, the kings of the period. They're rapping, they have that authenticity while doing it in the newest way possible. It's the three-headed dragon for sure.
JID's crazy.
JID is nasty with it.
For real.
No, that was a very in-depth answer. That's you
that
put
was
a
a
lot
really
of thought
good
into
answer.
that.
Yeah, everything is
Yeah.
strategic, bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
always
and
strategic.
after talking with you, like you can tell it's like very,
Yeah.
that's big. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. You got more?
Yeah, no. So just talking about, like, you said your favorite 3 songs were In the Way,
Yeah,
Ghost,
yeah,
100 Years.
yeah.
Why that order?
In the Way means something to me because Kurt Cobain was like the start of this whole rat race. Like Kurt Cobain, like I to this day listen to Nirvana probably every day. Like, and David Grohl is phenomenal. Like, so like that song has more of like a meaning with like my origin that I kind of am like Ghost means something because Ghost was in the stem for like 2-3 years. It was mad interesting. So I wrote the song after my grandmother died, and then I waited a while. I was like, it's not ready yet. And then I started working with Cots and all them more. Well, no, I was already really working with them, but it was like we were starting to catch stride of like what we wanted this character to be, and like how we wanted to like, put out music in a certain way. And the Ghost originally had a different instrumental, and then Uncle Pete's son, the guitarist, his son Christian, is a phenomenal EDM dubstep producer. Like, makes crazy shit. And he was like, "Yo, I got this instrumental. Like, I think this would work for the track." And we did that, and I ended up re-singing it when my father died. And then that's why that song feels that way, is because I sang that the day I found out my dad died. So, like, and he was just in the house. Like, he died in the morning in front of me, like, there. And then I went upstairs, like, that day, and I re-recorded it, and then I sent it to the studio. And that song, obviously, for that reason of, like, the loss and the authenticity behind it and, like, the collaboration between the EDM and the dubstep, because I'm a Flux Pavilion fan, obviously, and, like, a Skrillex fan. I love dubstep. Like, I think it's dope. And with that being, like, my first dubstep track, like, I just think ultimately that song has so much going on behind the scenes that, like, it has to be in my top 3. And then 100 Years, I grew up playing Tony Hawk all the time. Like, Tony, like, it's been, I don't give a shit about a Grammy. Like, fuck your Grammys. But my whole thing is, like, I always wanted my music to be in a Tony Hawk game. Like, that would be my Grammy, bro. And, like, a lot of my projects, legitimately, like, this entire release schedule, if you play it as a playlist, which I have on SoundCloud, it's chapter 3, because I do my release schedules in chapters. So it's like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 is 2023. But if you listen to it, it sounds like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack, and like that's my jazz. I wanted it to have like a bunch of different genres and shit to hit like when you're skating, so it always
like,
feels
it's like
different.
the funk, the different, especially-
Exactly.
We
And
heard
that,
a few of you, like,
and that's why 100 Years came out, though. It's
Yeah.
like Sum 41 is one of my favorite bands of all time. Green Day is the gods. Green Day, Billy Joe is my guy. Like, Billy Joe can do no wrong. I grew up on Green Day. I love Green Day. I sound like Billy Joe by accident. I didn't choose this voice, but I do sound like Billy Joe when I'm singing pop punk. So, like, I think 100 Years was like, it was like me finally making that pop punk song that I grew up on. And I was like, shit, I fucking did it. I nailed the pop punk song. And it felt like Green Day and Sum 41. And it was like finally, like, it was like me shaking hands with the kid me and going like, you fucking did it, kid. You fucking did the pop punk shit. The right way, not the MGK way.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Anyway.
Who's your favorite producer? Because you, let's say hip hop producer.
Timbaland.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Timbaland. I love Dre. Dre will do no wrong to me. Dre as a producer is so interesting to get behind the mind of. Not a Kanye fan. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, that's a really stark opinion that I have. I think Kanye's full of it. Like, most of his greatest songs were samples from other people's songs. Stronger, Daft Punk. Most of what is that? The album, the Watch the Throne, sampled from other people, and other people did the carrying. And if you look at a Kanye song, look at how many producers are on that shit for him to say that he produced that shit.
It's because all the samples he's using and all that.
Samples and all the producers that sit in the room with him, bro. Like, he is.
They're on that.
Yeah. So, like, again, like, going back, Three Dog, that was Peep's producer.
Oh,
Who
word.
like started like that grungy Kurt Cobain shit. Three Dog was lit, bro.
Is he from Long Island? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I would think
okay.
so.
Yeah.
What is he? Do you know? Is he still doing that kind of music?
He passed away. He passed away after Peep.
Shit.
Yeah, Three Dogs was nice. I mean, yeah, like I'm really like, when it comes to hip hop, I much prefer the classic producers. I like that space that they generated. Oh, that's not true. Metro Boomin's lit.
Yeah.
I can't even sleep on it. Metro Boomin is dude. That guy is spiced up.
I
Oh,
think
Skrillex.
Skrillex.
No, obviously, but Metro.
Yeah, Metro is.
Yeah.
That
And
guy-
even right now, like the shit that he's doing now, even just in terms of like him, he's like opening up more and like talking, and he's like, but he's giving like credit to the producer, like, because there's a whole community of like of how to make beats and like all this type of thing. So he's like going back to some of these guys and like thanking them and like saying like, I respect you.
I
like,
respect the fuck out of that. I didn't know that. I like him more after
Yeah.
that. I think credit needs to be given way more in this industry than it does. I think that one of the biggest L's the industry took was when that entire generation of rappers came out and was like, I'm better than Tupac. Bro, no the fuck you're not, bro. You didn't grow up in that time. You didn't see that shit, bro. Tupac was the greatest that he could have been at that time. He's like, I'm better than Biggie. Again, no, you're not, because like we're still playing his shit 10 years later, and I'm sorry, your album stopped being played last week. Like, stop disrespecting the legends and start giving them much more respect, because we wouldn't be here if they didn't kick that door down.
Yeah.
Across the board. Like, you don't have to like their music, but Jesus Christ, bro, give them some fucking respect, man. All this, like, again, I'm not like I love Eminem's music. I'm not like a diehard, but for people to disgrace Eminem is such an L, bro. He broke down doors that no one would have broken down if he wasn't saying this shit. Bro, he was saying ridiculous stuff.
Crazy.
Dude, we have to stop shitting on these. But back to producers. Yeah. Dre. If we're talking about pop music, Benny Blanco's fantastic.
Benny Blanco.
Benny is phenomenal, bro. For looking like a troll. That guy looks like a troll. He is one of the legends, bro. He found Juice.
Really?
Juice. He was one of the first people Benny reached out to Juice when he had 8K followers and was like, that's the guy.
Damn.
Benny has wrote most of the music that you know. He wrote I Kissed a Girl for Katy Perry. He wrote most of Maroon 5's music.
Holy shit. That stuff interests me so much when you look at credits and stuff
Love
about
it.
writing, bro.
Love it.
It's crazy. Like, you don't and I don't know. It's just people don't realize like what goes into it, you know, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But like someone like you, it's gonna be probably just one name, really, right?
No,
For
I mean for
production?
lyricism, yeah, but
Yeah.
for co-production, like I like the collaborative process. Like on all my songs, like I've even been trying to figure out how to give one of my producers that helped me out, credit on every track that he's on. Like I'm gonna have to start putting him as a feature on every track, because like I don't feel like it's fair for your name to just show up in the credits if you've really worked on that shit. Like,
Well, how do you upload your music? What do you upload it through?
I started doing it through SoundCloud now.
Okay.
Dude, people are sleeping. SoundCloud redid their distribution shit.
Yeah.
Go look into it. It is amazing, bro.
But when you upload to SoundCloud, it puts it on.
Everything. There's
Apple
a
Music.
distribution platform through SoundCloud now.
Oh,
Everybody
that's
look into it.
interesting.
Oh my god, dude. Change the fucking game. I don't have to pay. You know how like on distro they're like, yo, you have to pay like a certain amount extra to like get all these extra parts of the package and shit. One price. SoundCloud,
Wow.
the monthly. You
How
just
how
run
much
through
is it
everything.
monthly?
$20.
$20. Because I like DistroKid because I think it's $20 a month too, but it's very easy to add collaborators and like the music that we produce for people where right on you could see the percentage that I own.
Oh, you can do that through there too.
You can do that through there. Okay.
100%. And they give you all the same like connects, and they give you like promo stuff for like waves and shit.
Okay.
They're running through there, and you also with that get the ability to monetize through SoundCloud.
I was the next question I was gonna say because I remember it wasn't right.
Yeah. Now you can in SoundCloud. People, first off, call me a SoundCloud rapper. I'm proud of it, bro. Are you serious? Like, dude, the fact that SoundCloud rapper as a name has been given a bad name is ridiculous.
No, because it's a crazy era.
Look at what came out of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how are we shitting on SoundCloud rappers? Dude, we got Uzi through SoundCloud. We got X through SoundCloud. We got Peep through SoundCloud. I think that we got Denzel through SoundCloud. We got
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD is SoundCloud.
Tekka.
Even Zilla Kami.
Probably Yeet, Zilla. Who's the other one?
Pretty much everybody
Literally
except these big Billboard names, and it's pretty fucked up, but it's true.
But like the big Billboard names are from SoundCloud.
I'm saying though,
Yeah.
like Travis Scott is not from SoundCloud.
No, but Juice WRLD is.
Yes, he was. Look
he?
it up.
I
His
guess he
manager
was
pumped him through
considered the
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud
I
like
mean,
artist because that one era where it was literally Playboy Cardi.
Oh yeah,
Zan,
yeah.
them. But I
So-
guess I mean,
People
People got
I
it.
think Lil Nas X might have been.
He's a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
really know much about him. He kind of gives me a weird question mark.
But there's the way that whole.
But yeah,
I mean, dude.
fucking pioneer.
The only one that like I can't see. I don't know where he went. Lil Pump. I don't know where he went.
I think he came from SoundCloud.
No, he did, but I don't know where he is now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't seen him.
being an idiot somewhere, that kid doesn't deserve any of what he got.
He probably signed at 360. He's probably fucked.
I hope he is, bro. He annoyed the shit out of me. I don't even know him. I hope if he's a nice person, I take all of it back. But if he is the person that he portrays, fuck you. I hope you have a good time with that 360 deal. Fucking idiot.
talking about talking about like deals and stuff. Like I know we kind of touched on it before.
Yeah.
You know, the dark side of the shit. You could really get locked up into some deals and stuff. For you personally, do you want to stay independent in your entire career?
100%.
Yeah, like
100%.
even if the right deal came.
I'll take a short deal. I'll
Yeah.
take a very short deal. I'll take a 2-track deal. I'll take 100. I want a small percentage to owe back to you. I'm not taking a multi-million deal. I'm not taking a multi-album deal. I'm not even taking a tour deal. I want a promo deal. I want you to pump my shit so when I'm out of your deal I can do fun.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to have you own my shit, bro.
Yeah.
Own the 2 tracks that I give you. You can have those. Or I'll Frank Ocean you, bro.
Yeah.
I will Frank Ocean the fuck out of you.
Finesse, bro.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
play with me, bro.
Yeah.
I'll figure out a way. You guys know about that whole thing where
Yeah,
Frank
yeah,
Ocean
yeah.
absolutely annihilating the record industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take that out with me, bro.
You want to explain a little bit about that, like for the people?
Dude, there's a video. You can look it up. ASAP Rocky explains it beautifully where he entered one deal, right? He did an album for them. He went into another deal. He bought out with that deal the first deal, and then he made a bullshit album for the second deal, got out of that deal, and then walked away with $1 million when he released Blonde.
Yeah, dude. He finessed, like completely.
He finessed the shit out of them, bro. They were embarrassed. It was beautiful. It was one of my every time I see that video, I repost that shit so
Yeah.
everybody knows.
They probably did something to make sure that never happens again.
Yeah, they would have
Yeah.
to. Because
otherwise
Why
I
it
would
hasn't
see.
happened again?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that made me so happy.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
figure out a way though.
Yeah.
There's always a way.
Yeah.
There is.
Also, in the words of Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
life finds a way.
So, what are some? First of all, like I feel like we could just keep going and going and going with
100%,
this shit. But we do gotta wrap it up at some point.
100%.
What are some 2022 highlights of yours that like you kind of were like looking back and like I'm proud that I did this, or something that something like that.
I don't know. I'm kind of just proud that I got to where I was. Like, I don't have like anything individually. Like, I did good. That's really all I know.
Yeah.
I did good. I got to where I was supposed to be. I did what I was supposed to do, and now I'm here and on to the next.
Was there any like performance that like stood out to you in a way, or No.
I kind of just enjoy the vibe with the performance and move on. Like I have like I'm doing the Coney Island the Traffic Jam Festival.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be there for that. That'll be fun.
When is
That's
that?
dope. That should be a good crowd.
June 4th.
June 4th.
It'll be on Luna Island.
Okay.
That should be
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Luna
Yeah.
Park, that carnival shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's what you got me. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you. The festival is dope, but as soon as they were like, "Yo, like you're performing at like this carnival place," I was like, "I'm fucking in." You serious? Like, that's the draw for me.
Yeah.
The weird shit. I love weird shit, man.
Yeah.
Love weird shit.
Do you like Travis Scott? Are you a fan of Travis Scott at all?
I respect his music. I don't listen to it on my own time.
Okay.
I really respect what he's done for the industry in terms of production and what he's done in terms of like musical growth, because he did grow the industry in a certain way,
Yeah.
and we can't combat that. But that being said, I don't.
He's not someone you're listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna try to tell anybody to turn him off in the
Right,
car, you know.
right.
But he's not like a go.
He's not on your playlist. in a way.
Yeah, he's just not really my style.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now, kind of stemming off that question, biggest lesson you've learned this past year?
I don't know. I think is mad tough because I don't really, dude. I'm so shit when it comes to listen. Ask my brother, bro. Every time we get into a conversation, he's like, "So you still don't think you're wrong?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm still right." So I don't know. Like I think my lesson is probably to give myself more credit, even though that's a crazy thing to say. But like behind the scenes, I'm kind of just like like you kind of just do shit and it works out sometimes. So I guess like it came down to like you like. Starting to give myself more of a pat on the back for like what I've been able to achieve, because I just let shit, as you know, like from what I just said with the like success, I kind of just let shit pass by. I'm like, all right, that part of the journey's done, let's move on. It's like I gotta slow down more. Oh, dude, never mind. Kotz gave me a really good one.
Okay.
So we were having a conversation and I was having a tough time, and I was like, dude, I need to like, one of the most important things that I do, like when I make sure like everything is good or when I'm having a tough time, is like I talk, like I have like a thought where I'm like communicating with my younger self. And he was like, and I got to like tell him like, you fucking did it. You made it to a level that we can both be proud. I made the music that you wish you had, and I'm the person you wish you had when you were a kid. Like, I'm proud of all of that. And I remember that was really good, but I was having a problem processing my future at one point, and I was talking to Kotz, and he went, it's really important to shake hands with the younger you, but it's really also important for you to have a conversation with the you that you haven't met yet. And it's communicating with your future and talking to the future you and having him tell you, like, it's good. Like, it'll figure its shit out. Like, it's okay. And I'm actually still working on that right now, is, like, accepting. It's almost like an exception to, like, I don't know. It's a weird one. But yeah, I guess so. Like,
No, I mean that makes sense. I mean it
Makes sense.
makes sense to
Wise.
me.
Like,
It's
yeah.
it's something that there's something that I've been saying a little bit personally. Like for me, it's like remember your future in a way. You know, it's a little. I mean, I think it goes along.
Pretty
with what
much
you're
the same
saying.
thing. Yeah.
It's you know remember, because when you remember your past, what usually happens, you get those emotions, you get those feelings, and you know you may act the way you did in the past. When you remember your future, it's hard to do that because you're seeing something that is not.
It's
there.
manifestation.
Yeah,
and
so-
manifestation is real,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
100%. And I'm definitely big on that. And you know, but yeah, that's definitely something. When you remember your future, I mean, it's a weird saying, but it's something
It's big.
Yeah, it's big. Yeah. So how about now for this year? Do you have any specific goals that you want to reach by 20? Like, you know, when 2024 comes around, you're like, all right, there was another year.
Soft goals. I wanna start doing more and more shows. Like I kind of do like obtainable group goals. I don't do anything specific because I learned that specific kind of leads to more of an L mentally, because if you don't get specifically what you've asked for,
You look at it as an L.
yeah, so I give myself more of an open but doable targets, like doing more shows, getting in front of more people, getting my following up, obtaining more opportunities. I do want to go on a short tour soon, so I'm still trying to figure out like all the stuff for that. But obviously, like, that's a lot of fucking work and a lot of money because you're the first few tours that you do, you are losing money, not making it, without a doubt. I kind of want to unite the team more. I want to build this force more, this group of artists of all different types, and I kind of want us to all grow at a similar momentum because unity is the only thing that'll be able to stop all of us from having to be signing to these deals. Is if we kind of blow up in a way where we don't have to have them in contact and like labels and shit. So I'm really focused on also building up all these or trying to build up all these other artists of different types around me. So when we pack a punch, we pack a fucking punch. Like if we're setting up an event, we got the art people, we got the music people, we have the fighters, we have everything. I want events to be for all artists, not just specific artists, and I want everybody to feel like they can do what the hell that they want to do. And I want to set up this event. That would be a goal for this year. I'm friends with a really good comedian also. I don't know if you know him, Brandon Lacaruba. Super talented, out of Huntington. He's really, really, really good. I really like his stuff. We're in talks to set up an event called Cancel Me, or Cancel Fest, where we have a bunch of artists that come out that usually have problems performing their music because it gets a little bit crazy, or comedians that usually have stuff that's a little too crazy, or artists at the same rate, and it'll give them a safe space to do all the shit that would get them canceled.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's
like free art. It's like the free the tip movement, but with like art.
Free the cancels. Free the cancellations.
Yeah.
Shit, what was I gonna say? I had one other question. Oh, this is more of like a general question. So like we see you at a lot of these like showcases and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So do you do it more like because you like to perform there and you like doing that, or do you feel like there's something you can get out of it? Maybe there's a face there that is in the crowd that can maybe help you with something, or is it more just fun to do and go to these things and perform?
It's a little bit of both. My main focus is on the performance because the performance is what gets me that opportunity if I do well. So really my main focus when going to any of these events is have fun, control the room, and put on like a really good, set or show or whatever. And if I do that, the opportunity comes. If you do what you love first and take control of what you love first, everything will follow. So I guess it is like the first end of that question, and I guess it is to really just have fun and do a good show. But also at the same time, I would be dumb to say like I'm not going to these events to find an opportunity that's worthwhile at the same time.
Right.
It's probably a little bit of both.
Okay.
Cool,
man.
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Bro, honestly, like I can, like for real, like it's been a pleasure having you on here.
Yeah, bro, it was mad nice coming here.
Refreshing.
We'll have to do it again at some point.
Yeah,
100%, bro.
Definitely.
So yeah, man. I mean, is there anything that you want to leave the people with?
I actually dropped a music video today.
Okay.
I completely forgot that I did that this morning. I woke up and found out, dude, I do this every week. I release a song every week on Friday. So look out for that. But a lot of times on Friday I'll wake up and forget that I have a release. So that happens weekly now.
Yeah.
But I did release a music video today. I do have songs coming out. I have a project coming out with Cots and Uncle Pete fully. That'll be dope. Okay. We're gonna bring it back to like classic hip hop roots and shit, which I'm mad excited about. I have a collaborative EP with Soup coming out called Roadkill, where I'm getting this guy to go trap metal and gangsta.
Oh shit.
Savage already. We got a bunch of tracks on that.
Yeah.
Catch me at Traffic Jam Festival.
June 4th.
June 4th.
Yep.
Doors open at 12 p.m. from what I've heard. From what I heard. Go check out the page though. Yeah, no, just check out me being an absolute crazy boy for a little bit. Yeah, that's really about it.
All right, man. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
That was
guys.
awesome. Thank you for tuning in.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. This has been another episode of the Aqua Lounge. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Hell yeah.
To sum up 2022, this speaks for all of us, was learning. We learned a lot in 2022.
So the plan for 2023 would be first quarter, Eli dropping his body.
Eli. Main focus right now is just to get it jumping.
Most likely be the talk of the town.
So that nigga, when I get lit, bro, I'm taking it with me, bro. I swear to God, bro.
I'm here at the Aqua Lounge. We about to talk about my new album, Scorpio.
You kill me? Why is that even on your brain? Why is that on your cranium? I personally think the nicest nigga to never get a ring is AI.